Hello. Don't you just love this sound? To hear it on your International, your Cummins, or any vehicle, and you see this stop engine, and this is the code that you are receiving? I'm going to show you how to repair that. Hello and welcome. In this video episode, we are going to replace the turbo actuator on a 6.7 Cummins engine 2016. Now, I hope this video is helpful for you. I have had several people that ask me how to do it and how to recalibrate. So I'm going to cover all of that. If you're not a subscriber, just hit that button to become a subscriber right away. So let's begin. You will find your turbo actuator on the passenger side of the vehicle, and it's going to be right on the side of the turbo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the air cleaner, the whole housing. Just remove these three nuts here. And we also have a clamp right over here for this hose to loosen. This connector right here. These nuts, you can use a 13 millimeter or a 1/2 inch. We're on the last one. Now we have all three nuts removed. What I'm going to do now, loosen this clamp right here. Need to go underneath. We're using a 3/8 socket with a 1/4 inch ratchet. Next, what we want to do, just stick a pipe down through here so we can break the hose loose. There we go. Let's cut these tie straps. And we also have one right here. Now I will say this hose here is in a tight area, so it's just not going to come out that easy right away. Just going to have to work it out, and eventually it'll just come out. Now we can get to our actuator. You will find it right on the side of the turbo. Now I'm not going to drain any coolant out of my engine because I'm mainly just going to replace the turbo actuator. Now if I was going to go further into the turbo, actually disconnect lines from the turbo, then I would drain coolant. But I'm not going to do that. But I want to show you how you can actually drain coolant if you decide to do so. If it's not time for you to change your antifreeze, you need a clean drain pan so you can save your antifreeze. You will find your drain plug on the left lower side of your radiator. Here's the tool that I will be using, and it's basically a female coupling with a hose. Basically, all you have to do is slide the female onto the male end. Next, you will see coolant coming out the hose, filling up the drain pan. Now we need to unlock our harness. Just take a screwdriver, turn it sideways. That will slide back your lock. We have a garment down below that we need to release. Just slide it out so we can release the harness. Then we have our harness out the way. It's a good time to actually inspect our propeller shaft to make sure that it is in good condition while we had the hose off. What you want to do, you want to shake your propeller shaft, and hopefully it will not move. If it moves, that's a sign of a bad shaft. And also look inside and make sure that it's not rubbing against the side. If so, that's another sign of a bad shaft. And if that's the case, you will have to replace your turbo. We're going to use a 5 millimeter Allen socket to remove our bolts. We have 4 bolts to remove. You will have 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. Make sure your tube is seated all the way inside of your bolt due to the paint that Cummins actually put on these bolts. So you don't want your bolt to actually strip. You want to make sure you're in all the way. You may need to take a hammer and just tap to make sure that your tool is inside correctly. Take your time breaking loose these bolts. The top bolts really not much of a problem. It's the bottom bolts that can sometimes be a problem. And if they are, I'm going to show you how you can fix that. But either way, just take your time. This bolt was somewhat a little tight, but I was successfully able to remove it. But this bolt here, the head actually stripped. So this was something that I was afraid of, and this is something that you can look out for. I was afraid that was going to happen, but I'm actually glad it happened on this video. In case you run into this problem, I'm going to show you how I address that problem. So let's pull this fender off, and we're going to work on that one particular bolt, and it's always the last one. We just have 3 bolts to remove the fender, You need a 13 millimeter, or you can use a half-inch size socket, whichever one. Get that out the way. Now we are right at the bolt. It's a shame to go through all this trouble just for this one bolt, but that's typical. So if you run into this problem, don't be surprised. I'm going to use a battery drill with a 3/16 drill bit, and of course, always use safety glasses. I'm going to start by drilling down to a 1/8 of an inch, no more than that. Normally you go up on the drill bit size, but I'm going to go down to a 5/32 drill bit, dropping the size down, and I'm going to drill another 1 1/8 to a 1/4. No more than that. Just continue to drill. It's important that you remain in the center of the bolt. Next, we're going to place an easy out in the center of the bolt. Well, put an easy out in it, and I turned it, and the head actually came out. So that's what I wanted. And that way, that will prevent you from damaging your core. Now, let's see if we can just slide this off. It wouldn't be a problem if the stud wasn't in the way, but that's all right. We're going to work around that. I'm going to loosen this AC dryer bracket. We need a 13 millimeter or a 1/2 inch. You don't want to break the AC lines loose from the dryer. You don't want to do that. Now I believe we have enough room. Just use this 3/16 drill bit, 5/32 drill bit, and an easy out, just to keep from damaging your core, because this is a $250 core. Here's our new actuator, part number and price, and this package comes with it. The bolt has really slowed things down, so what I want to do, I'm just going to spray it with a little penetration oil. Just let it sit. Just take your time with it. That's all it takes. Before we go any further, you want to check and make sure your wastegate, you are actually able to move it with your hand. And it may be a little stubborn. If it is, just take a adjustable wrench and just open it up wide enough and just move it back and forth if you need to do so. If it seems to be stuck, that would normally just free it up, because if you're not able to move it, how is your actuator is going to be able to move it? And what it'll do, it can damage your new actuator. We're going to take a scraper. Just want to clean the edge of where the actuator is going to mount. Then we just take some emery cloth, take a rag and just wipe it off. And this is the package that we have to come with the actuator, the turbo gasket kit. We have some guide pins here that we're going to use that to put on the bottom of the actuator where these bolts go, to actually help us to line up the actuator. And this pin right here, we're going to line up the wastegate with this pin. Now, in case you do not have a pin to line up your wastegate, you see this mark right here? You want to make sure that your wastegate is turned all the way to that mark. There's a mark on this side too as well, but you want to have it lined up at this mark here. And if you were to actually move this, you actually see that there's a hole that you're gonna put this pin in to make sure that it is lined up. I'm just gonna turn it so you can see that's how much the pin will be out if it's not lined up with the hole. And like I said, if you do not have the pin and you turn it all the way and you are actually on this line, you're pretty much accurate. Oh yeah, went in a lot further. So we are definitely lined up. That's where you want your wastegate to be when you install your actuator. Next, we're going to take these dials and screw them in where the long bolts will go. Now we need our grease. I'm going to put a little bit here, right on the gear of the actuator. Let's not forget to place some grease on our wastegate. Slide in your actuator. We're going to slide it right straight in. And whatever you do, don't force it. Do not force your actuator. Make sure you have it flush all the way around. Now we need these two bolts. Let's not forget our 5mm. Right now, we're just going to hand tighten all bolts. Now we are ready for our bottom bolts. I'm just going to screw one dowel out at a time. As for your bottom bolts, I personally recommend to use some anti-seize. We're going to calibrate the actuator before we tighten and torque down the bolts. What we're going to do right now, we just want to plug it up so we can communicate with it. We are using Cummins Insight. You want to go to ECM, Diagnostic Test. Next, you want to go to the BGT, Electronic Actuator Installation and Calibration. We're going to click on it. We're going to click OK. Then we'll just go to Procedure. I'm going to skip around here. I'm not going to go to Install Actuator. I'm just going to go to Calibrate Actuator. Click on it. And sign will come up saying actuator must be mounted on the turbo. Click OK. Now we're going to go into our lower right corner and click Start. As you can see, the same sign will come back up that the actuator must be mounted. Click OK. Now we'll just wait. That wasn't too bad. We just hit the back button, clear out of it, and move on with the repairs. Now we can torque down our bolts. We're going to torque the bolts to 80 inch-pounds. Not 80 foot-pounds, but 80 inch-pounds. You want to make sure all 4 bolts are torqued down. Make sure your harness continues to be properly mounted. Mount back on your fender. Let's not forget to properly mount back our AC dryer. Now we can mount back our air filter housing. Make sure the other end of the air filter hose is all the way up to the turbo. Tighten down your 3 nuts that support the housing. Tighten up your clamp for the hose to the turbo. Connect your harness. Make sure your hoses are tied back with tie straps. Now you know what all is involved in replacing your actuator on your Cummins engine. Now you know how to recalibrate and how to actually install your actuator. Now I'm not going to clear out the codes on this vehicle yet because there are some other things that I need to address before I do that. But at least this way you know what all is involved. And I hope this video was helpful. Do not forget to subscribe. Work safely. As always, God bless.